Okay. Is it live? Okay. As I mentioned, right, when we're about to go live, right, I can sense the energy. It's like, it's so strong, okay, that a few minutes before we go live, suddenly the whole system shuts down, okay. And just now also, okay, when we are actually progressing with the live, okay, the whole system got hanged as well, okay. So yeah, I'm not even sure whether now is this back to live, and I'm not sure how long is it going to actually last, okay, for this particular session. So I'm so sorry, okay, for all the inconvenience, okay. Those of you probably have to log out and you have to log back in again, all right. I will see how it goes, okay. If really the whole system hang again, all right, even though if I have to actually do this sharing without all this beautiful slides or backdrops, okay, I will still wish to actually share the contents with you because I find that it is important. All right, so probably if this hangs again, I will have to do into my normal Facebook Live where you can see the green screen behind me. All right, so I guess the content is more important. Okay, so the same thing here. Those of you, I'm so sorry, you have to log out from it and then you have to come back in again. Thank you so much, okay, for joining me, right? And if you find that is like disrupted just now halfway through, right, okay, don't worry, later on you can watch back the first part, which is already shared on the Facebook, and then you can continue on with this second part. Who knows, there will be a third part coming up, right? We leave it to the energy of the moon. All right, as I was mentioning just now, all right, full moon and the moon and the sun, when it's aligned together, right, okay, I already said that this month marks the most important month, the strongest energy, okay, throughout. I would say that every month have a 7 month, okay. Last week I've talked about the 7 ghost month, right, okay, for Chinese especially, okay. So I've actually talked about, okay, every year there's a 7 month, and why this 7 month energy is so strong, particularly this year's itself, okay. Even from this full moon here, you can also see that now this coming Sunday full moon is considered a blue moon. Now probably some of you have actually heard about like, oh, once in a blue moon. Now normally a blue moon, okay, doesn't come by so often, okay, unless you have probably 2 full moon within a range of a month itself. That is considered a blue moon. But that blue moon itself, right, okay, it doesn't have that much impact, okay. It doesn't really have that much impact comparatively to if you have a seasonal blue moon. So what you see here in August full moon on the 22nd, this coming Sunday, right, okay, this is a blue moon, what we consider as a seasonal blue moon. Means that in August we don't see 2 full moon together in a month, but in this particular season itself, okay, we see 4 full moons in one season. Means that it can actually squeeze in 4 full moon inside one season itself, and this is actually like not something which is like very common. So after this Sunday's full moon itself, right, the next one will come in 2024. That is the official year where we entered period 9. So in August 19, 2024, you will encounter again another blue sturgeon full moon from a planetary alignment and astrology part. So last week I talked about from the Chinese astrology part, why the monkey month it's so powerful. We talk about the human portal, we talk about the ghost gate or portal, you know, the heaven earth portal, and also the human and ghost portal, about like the coming of spring, okay, or Lapchun, and then also this particular Sunday itself, which is the human's portal, where we can actually see, okay, in terms of our actions and our behaviors and our characteristics, to see how light our energy can be. It means once the portal opens, right, okay, it is very strong energy that we as human has a choice to choose to show who we truly are. That's when I always say this, like, that's also when like hell breaks rules, okay. That's why this month itself, right, you see a lot of like different types of behaviors and characteristics will come out, okay. People can actually in a way lose their human or humanity nature, okay, or in a way, right, okay, acts like a ghost, okay. That's the thing, that all this I've covered last week. So this week itself we talk about this particular blue moon, okay. Now the blue moon this particular month itself is also called a blue sturgeon moon, okay. Now every full moon itself, right, the energy is intense because it connects directly into our emotions and deep into our subconscious mind. But the blue sturgeon moon itself, right, okay, goes much deeper and much further, okay. That's why you see every month, okay, in the Western astrology, they have a name for it. Every full moon, they have a name for it. Specifically in the August full moon, they call it the sturgeon moon. And if you really check back, okay, now in Chinese, why the 7th month is so like important, that's like the ghost month or the monkey month, where you can go deep into our subconscious, where all the demons or evils within a person can really, in a way, comes out and be shown in that particular month itself. So in the Western astrology, they also call it the sturgeon moon, right? Okay, and if you really look at it, the image that the sturgeon fish gives to you is, sturgeon is one of the prehistoric fish, okay? It is a fish that have pre-existed even before humans, okay? It has at least about 120 million years of histories, okay? That is how old it is. And this particular moon itself also named under the sturgeon, okay, in favor, okay, because sturgeon fish, okay, in like the oldest history itself, it have existed since the dinosaur time, okay, where humans are not even, okay, around, all right? So when you go into that extent itself, right, you know that this particular blue moon itself has a long history. It has a long depth into it, okay, like in depth. So therefore, this is a time, okay, if we really know how to harness the energy and make the best out of it, right, okay, it's also the time where the gate and the portal opening for us to dive deep into our subconscious or our emotions to find out more about ourselves, to make breakthroughs if it's needed, and also to transcend our energy for people who are working towards that direction. Because we cannot expect everyone will be going towards this path, okay? A lot of people are still busy, okay? Of course, thinking about how to make that, like, more money or stuff like that. But why I decided is like, put everything aside, but focus on this particular energy time and sharing all this information, okay? And cannot take your consultation appointments, okay? It's also because I felt that this is a timing that it doesn't comes by that easily, okay? It is a timing really, okay? In Chinese, we always say, 天時地利人和. Heaven, earth, man, when the time, environment, okay, and people aligns, that is the most magical moment, all right? So all this magical moment is not we human can create on earth. We can't, because we cannot control the cosmic. We cannot control the alignment, the sun and the moon, and be it even other planetaries, okay? And those of you, if you go into Western astrology, you also see that, okay, this particular month, means this Sunday, the full moon actually in a way appears very near to planets, because not all the time full moon you will see it actually in a way like appearing near to certain planets, but this particular Sunday once, okay, you can see that the full moon are actually appearing very near to Jupiter and Saturn. And of course, those of you who followed me since last year, I have actually been greatly sharing about last year's conjunction, the Great Conjunction, where it is a conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, right, okay, that marks the beginning of the planetary alignment. Okay, so last year's conjunction is only the starting, okay, right? It is not the thing yet, okay? It's only the beginning, the starting, that wake-up call to wake us all up, okay, to prepare for a major shift, okay, that's going to happen, okay? Because a great conjunction is only something that's happening on heaven. Remember, in Chinese astrology, we always have heaven, earth, and also man, okay? So we see it in a triangle. Whatever happens in the heaven, it doesn't come down immediately. It takes time, okay? So the great conjunction itself happens on the heavens realm, okay, outside, okay, of earth itself. So whenever this happens, okay, there are also timing when it actually have impacts on earth, okay? And that impacts on earth itself, okay, only started this month onwards. It means that in August onwards, okay, all the way up to next year, that's when you see that great realignment, okay, of the stars and the planets, where we human can do something about it, okay, when we can actually take actions, okay, make plans, do strategies, and make breakthroughs that will only happen from this month onwards all the way up to next year, okay? So that's why these are the things that I've been doing a lot of research about, that I'm going to share with you, okay, when the time is there. But first of all, now focus on this Sunday special full moon first, okay? As I mentioned, this full moon again, okay, this is happening near to Jupiter and Saturn. It again reinstated, it actually started, it brings, okay, to Earth itself the energy of the Great Conjunction. All right, now we can actually start do something about it, because now the energy has actually transcended down to Earth. It is where we actually can put our actions, our plans, our strategies, okay, or our manifestations, okay, at play. Okay, so that's how it actually works. All right, so then And as I mentioned earlier on, okay, this blue moon, okay, of the blue sturgeon moon, it won't come by, okay, again until, okay, August 19 in 2024. It means whatever that we are experiencing this Sunday, okay, that energy will not actually in a way come back. It means that, okay, somehow we have this system hang and all this strong energy. Some of you probably, if you are sensitive to your energy, if you are sensitive to your own emotion, chances is you might also can feel that this week will feel probably different for you. All right, some people will call it weird, some people will call it strange, okay, some people will call it emotional, okay, but people who are aware, when you have enough awareness, okay, you will sense that the energy are intense, very intense going on this particular week. And actually yesterday marks, okay, the entrance, okay, the marking of, like, you know, when we enter into, in terms of Chinese metaphysics prediction, I use the I Ching, right, okay? So when I use the I Ching itself, yesterday marks, okay, that entrance into the particular month itself, when you have like the thunder water relief hexagram. All right, so that one I've already shared, okay, during my half year talk, okay, in June itself. I've already shared in my Facebook as well, or reshared it. All right, those of you who are interested, you can look back into the trades, okay. I've edited the clips, you can check on it as well, okay. So now I just want to share with you, during this Sunday itself, since the energy is so intense, okay, what are the things that we can actually remind ourselves to do, so that we make use of this in a way, right, okay, opening of the portals, okay, or like, you know, the realignment, okay, of the energy itself to find more answers, okay, for ourselves, right? I always admire, okay, these things is like, you know, when people say that if you can actually find, okay, or you have the desire to actually in a way to find and search for your soul, okay, if you have a desire to know more about yourself, okay, there are no other desires will be greater than this, okay. Nowadays we see a lot of people are covered up, okay, with a lot of different desire. They have desire for power, they have desire to conquer, okay, other people, to monopolize something, okay, they have desire to like, no, to greed and all these things. They have desire to probably watch TV, play games, okay, they have plenty of desires. But we find that more and more people are having lesser desire to know more about themselves, okay? People are in fact, in a way, subconsciously afraid of their own self, okay? They find out like, it's like the more they know about themselves, the higher the responsibility they have to bear, okay? That's why, and this is the thing, okay, I personally feel that it actually puts more and more people into that state of sufferings without even realizing it. Why? Because they put that desire, that how to say, that tinge of fire, the fire within them, onto something that is without themselves, means outside of themselves, not within themselves. So those of you, if you are interested in always finding more about yourself, who you truly are, okay, it's like how, like who you truly are, not as in like you in this physical form, but who you truly are spiritually, okay, in terms of your energetic form, okay, this will be the best time for you to do so. Now you don't have to, okay, to join us in our events or whatever, okay, in order for you to find out. You can even do it on your own if you are equipped, okay, or if you already know how to do meditations on your own to find a deeper meaning of yourself, okay, do it on your own. Because you see, even if you join, okay, whatever workshops that we have, I can only guide you. I can only show more awareness to you, okay? I can only share my findings with you, but I can't help you to find you, okay? Because these things, we call it inner work. Inner work means that you have to work within yourself, okay? No one can one day stand in front of you and tell you what exactly is your soul purpose. No one, okay, can actually tell you exactly, okay, what is your life purpose. But I always say this, even like last week during my tarot and your call, okay, where I'm guiding everyone to find your life and soul purpose, I said one thing. Before you find your soul purpose, or before you find, okay, or looking frantically about your life purpose, firstly, get alive, okay? So it's like, why is it a lot of people is like, they find that, oh, I do not know what's my life purpose or whatever. But a lot of time when I see all these people, no offense, okay, right? I'm really sharing this, my honest opinion, okay, to a lot of people out there is why? Because they don't even have a life, okay? They don't live a life that belongs to them. When you don't have a life, how on earth are you going to find your life purpose, okay? So firstly, live a life. Live your life soulfully. Do the things that you love and do the things that you enjoy, instead of doing things that for other people. doing things as a commitment, or you think as a obligations, okay, to support or to actually make other people happy, okay, because every one of us has a responsibility in a way to enlighten our soul, to make ourselves happy, okay, so that's the most important thing. All right, so now those of you interested in it, of course, this timing, this time frame, especially this Sunday itself, will be that moment, okay, because this particular Sunday itself, when the energy is at this peak of the intensity, all right, a lot of you will start to actually see a lot of images, a lot of feelings that will come to you, okay? It can be in terms of like probably random thoughts that will come to you. It can happen in your shower. It can happen when you are probably doing your gardening. It can happen probably you're busy baking or cooking, all right? It can also happen when you are actually meditating. So this aha moment, I call it, this realizations, this awareness that comes to you, it holds a very deep meaning to your soul. So pay attention to it, okay? Do not neglect it, okay? That's what I'm calling out to you. That's why Saturday I'm having this dream interpretation workshop, is because that aha moment or that particular information can come to you during your dreams, all right? So it's like, a lot of time people thought, I had a dream, then after that totally forgotten about it. Now don't forget about your dreams, because your dream is your subconscious trying to communicate with you. It's trying to tell us something, okay? Do pay attention to it. All right, so of course now I want to talk about, at the end of the day, we live in a world that we want the balance of yin and yang, okay? The sun and the moon, okay? We want both things to actually balance. We want achievements, okay, on the outside, where we have success, we have achievement, okay? We grow as a person physically, okay, in this particular world, okay? But we also must not forget that we need to achieve whatever that we have internally as well. There's a yin and yang. Yang is our achievement outside, okay? And whatever that happens inside us is our subconscious, our emotions, our mind, our thoughts. That also leads down, okay, to our fulfillment in life, okay? So I always say this thing, okay? No matter how successful a person can be, no matter how rich you are, okay? How successful you are, at the end of the day, if you live a life without fulfillment, means without the yin counterpart, okay, you are a failure, okay? No one is considered fully successful if you only have achievement without that fulfillment. So the thing is, there are certain time when we need to look into, right, ourselves to find that fulfillment, okay, before that particular, the yin and yang within us becomes too far apart, that it is out of balance. So we need to actually keep maintaining that balance. And that's the purpose of Chinese astrology or Chinese metaphysics. It's nothing superstitious nor taboo. It's not to say that I'm here asking you to come to a dream interpretation workshop, okay, or to pay attention to the full moon so that you can meditate and do this for the rest of your life every day. No, okay? We have to, in a way, accept it that we are living in a material world, okay? A world of attachment and also a world of achievement. We have to, in a way, achieve that as well on the physical or physical self. But at the same time, I just urge out to you that do not neglect the yin counterpart, okay? Because a lot of time people likes the light, but they've forgotten about the shadow. It needs to come hand in hand, okay? Because it's like the light and the shadow comes together. When we just focus on the light, but without, in a way, coping or paying attention to the shadow, okay, in our life or within ourselves, okay, there's only so far that we can go. We cannot go further from that, okay? So that's the importance, that why we need to actually pay attention to full moons, to planetary alignments, okay, greatly, especially during the times that it will affect us emotionally. All right, so now, okay, in Chinese metaphysics, I've mentioned, this is like a recap for those of you who missed, okay, my first part that was shared on July 21st, okay, during a Facebook Live. All right, so of course, in Chinese metaphysics, we refer to two types of calendar, okay? We have the calendar of the moon. We also have the calendar of the sun, which is called the solar calendar versus the lunar calendar. And the lunar calendar mainly are used for internal growth, okay? It's like, that's why you will see a lot of like temples, like Taoist temples, a lot of rituals, a lot of things done during the lunar cycles, okay? People go into meditations, people go for prayers, okay? All these things are mainly done during the lunar cycles, because during the lunar calendar or lunar cycles, that's when you see full moon and new moon. In Chinese, we call it the first day, okay, of a month, or the 15th day of a month, okay? So every first day is a new moon and every 15th day is a new moon. That actually according to the sighting of the moon. So the lunar calendar itself is actually used a lot for internal growth, the yin counterpart, okay, for our fulfillment, okay, for us to work within themselves. Where else, okay, the solar calendar here are actually for achievement outside us, for the yang counterpart. Now in the olden days, people go into like farming. That's why they call this the farmer's almanac, okay? Right, people goes into farming, people goes into hunting. They need to actually look at the cycle of the sun in order for them to plan and strategize their year. Now those of you, if you're familiar with this YouTube personality, okay, Li Zheqi, okay, right, only last night we were watching her, okay, very, very nice, beautifully done, okay, YouTube videos that actually talk about a lot of like retro sort of like things, okay, in like, in China, okay. So you see that the way that she actually plant her things, do the farming and all that. So if you pay attention to the videos, okay, all the timing that she shared in the videos is actually based on the solar calendar, okay? When she seeds certain things, probably during the springtime, and when she harvests certain things during the autumn, okay, or during end of summertime. So all this is actually all based on the solar calendar. So now the difference of this calendar, it actually brings to us, okay, the attention of what we want to focus on to ensure that the yin and yang within us are balanced, okay? One is for external strategy, one is for internal growth or internal strategy. Okay, so all of you need to understand this. Okay, and of course, the previous session itself, I have shared with you what you should do during a full moon, in case those of you who have missed it. Okay, so the things that you should be doing during a full moon itself, right? This is a summary of it. Okay, so every time when full moon is nearing, example like now, when this full moon is nearing, this Sunday is a full moon, probably by Saturday night or Sunday evening itself, these are the things that you can consider doing. Of course, firstly, get a flower cleanse or an energy bath. Okay, so cleanse yourself, okay, physically and energetically by using flowers, citrus, okay, or even salt. Okay, salt is one of the natural energy cleanser. Okay, so these are the things that we can consider doing. We can also sage, okay, ourselves, our energy, or even doing it for the house. Okay, so let's say for instance, like this Sunday itself is a Sunday and it's also a full moon. It's best time for us to actually, in a way, do some clearing of the house. Okay, if any parts of the house that you feel that you need to tidy it up, okay, any things that you feel that it is time to let go of, to throw away, okay, do that for this Sunday itself. If you feel that your bed sheets and all that is time for a change, do that. Anything that actually takes away the old energy, that is good to be done during a full moon. And other than that, you can also use either burn resin or even incense or do sage, okay, to clear the energy of your house. It's part of feng shui, okay, to enhance the energy and cleanse it, okay, energetically. Now you can also use sound healing sessions, okay. Sound sessions means that if you are a sound healer or if you are a sound tool, okay, player, it means you have your crystal bowl or your singing bowl, okay, or you have your gongs at home, it is a time for you to also go into a very meditative flow with any of these instruments, okay, just to in a way allows, okay, all these vibrations of energy or the sound itself to penetrate, okay, through your house, and thus it can also cleanse the energy. Now, there are a few more things. Of course, you can use essential oil. You can also, in a way, keep a dream journal. Keep a dream journal means that you don't do it only for this Sunday. Now onwards, it will be a best time for you to journal down your dream. Okay, every night, if you go to bed, okay, if you find that you wake up, okay, with certain dreams, immediately, okay, put the journal or a notebook or a piece of paper at your bedside, journal it down. What exactly did you dream about? Okay, and then join me this Saturday because I'm going to share with you what does it mean in your dreams. Okay, you'll be amazed. Now, dreams interpretations is not about superstitious thing. Okay, it's not about that every time we just pay attention to our dreams that we forget about our external world. Okay, that we forget about our achievement, that the things that we need to do, okay, or the legacies we need to leave behind. Okay, but the dream interpretation here is something that gives us more awareness, more messages, more signs for us to actually look within ourselves, our subconscious, okay? What is it exactly that's happening so that we focus on it, we can release, break through, and be better. That's how we actually, in a way, ascend our energy, okay? Or those of you who knows oracle cards or even like tarot cards and all that, this particular weekend itself, it will be the best time, especially on Sunday, for you to pick a card, okay? To pick a card to see what are the messages, okay? What are the things, okay, that the universe is trying to tell you? When I say universe, it means our subconscious, okay? Because our subconscious is so powerful that it knows all, all right? So whenever we randomly pick a card, it also guides us and gives us a clarity into the path, okay, that we are currently on. What are the the things we need to focus on, what are the things we have to be aware of, and how to actually make a breakthrough out of it if that's needed. All right, so this is like a brief summary of what we should do or what we can do during a full moon. Right, the next thing is, okay, what about what the things is like we shouldn't be doing, okay, that we have to pay attention to? Now, first of all, of course, okay, there are articles about it. There are people actually do research, okay, and experiment and all that. They actually find that, okay, on nights before a full moon, people go to bed later and sleep less. In a sense that, in other words, that there are possibilities, okay, that the full moon, not only that it will affect us or disrupt us, okay, emotionally when we are awake, it also has a chance to disrupt the peace of our sleep. It means that it also have a chance to disrupt our sleep pattern. It makes us, like, in a way, rest, like, not so well. We cannot really go into like a deeper, more relaxed sleep, okay? So that also can be, in a way, affected by the full moon, depending on how sensitive the person is, okay? Right, now, there are some people who are empath, they're very intuitive, they're very sensitive to energy. They can definitely clearly, in a way, like, feel this, okay? So those of you, if you feel that this week itself, okay, right, if you feel that the energy is intense, if you feel there's anything which is weird or strange, okay, people who are not aware of what exactly is happening, they find that it is weird and strange, but exactly it's nothing weird nor strange, okay? It is just a way of communication, our subconscious to our conscious, the external to our internal world, okay? So that's how it happens, okay? So now, first of all, we also need to understand briefly about the sleep cycle, okay? And this one I will cover it, okay, of course, in a much more deeper level this particular Saturday, okay? We have 4 stages of sleep, okay? We have, like, from the lighter sleep, that's stage 1, okay? That's when sometimes, you will see that this person is just about to doze off. Sometimes you can even experience like muscle spasm. Sometimes you have, like, you can feel that your body jerks, okay, and then you suddenly wake up. That's when you're at your stage 1, okay? And of course, when you go into this sudden body jerk and all these things, right, it also has a meaning to it, all right? So, and of course, that stage 2 itself, right, when you go into a light sleep, of course, now you have your slow eye movements, okay, will stop and your heartbeat slow down even more and your body temperature begins to drop, okay? That's when you go deeper, okay, right, into your sleep itself. And the deepest, okay, how to say, stage, okay, of your sleep itself is stage 3, okay? This is normally, it's like your brain waves will slow down, okay, even more. That's when your body will start to repair and regrow physically, okay? Your heartbeat and your breathing is also at its lowest, okay? That's stage 3. And this is the stage, okay, when we go into this part itself, right, okay, with undisturbed sleep, okay? This is the part that we will wake up most refreshed, okay? Because most of the time, we are not really dreaming yet, okay? We won't dream so much at this stage, okay? Right? We will only dream until we go into stage 4, okay? Where we have that rapid eye movement, okay? That is really deep sleep, but it comes with dreams, okay? And that is when our heart rate and blood pressure increase. That's like suddenly we went into our own Narnia land, our own adventure land. That's when dreams comes in. It can be adventurous, it can be exciting, it can be fearful, okay? And every one of us, in a way, okay, will somehow go through this different sleep, okay, stages, okay, and these cycles will come again and again, alright, every night itself for a few cycles every night. And we will go into this particular stage of deep sleep where the dreams will come about, okay, when dreams and memories form and then eye movements also speed up. Alright, so in this cycles itself, you will see that now deep sleeps, okay, needed, okay, for everyone is at least, okay, about 1.5, okay, to about 2 hours every night, okay, for 18 years old and above, okay. So this one you can Google it everywhere, okay, it's like it's online everywhere. You can just search for it. But the thing is, okay, now REM means that rapid eye movement. When you go into that, like, the dreaming stage, okay, now if it's totally none, it might not be that healthy for you, because remember, the stage 3 is for our physical body to renew itself, to heal itself physically. And stage 4 is for our emotions or subconscious to release themselves or itself, okay? That's when we dream, it is like an emotional expression. It is like a relief, okay, from our subconscious mind. So therefore, we actually feel different types of emotion. Sometimes when we dream of joyous occasion, we dream of fearful occasions, we become anxious, okay, right? There are different types of emotions, and that is a time when we go into stage 4 is where we are actually healing the subconscious mind. The emotions which is in a way stuck within us needs to be expressed out, okay? And all these emotions which is expressed or which in a way are expressed tells us something within us, okay? That's why it is important for us to at least understand what are we dreaming about, okay? What does it mean, okay? All right, and then it's like, how to actually in a way make the best out of it. All right, so at least now we bring you to what you should not be doing during a full moon. All right, so just now I already say those are the things: meditations, okay, flower bath, energy cleansing, keep a dream journal and all that. Those are the things that you should be doing. And then briefly I'm going to share with you is like the things that you shouldn't be doing, okay, during a full moon itself is, remember, in this week itself, whenever we are approaching a full moon, now never rush, okay, to start something new, right? Now there could be times, okay, where people thought that, okay, now is the best timing, I need to start something new, I need to start a business or whatever, especially when it's nearing to a full moon. All right, and if you feel that probably you are rushing something, but internally you felt that there's a very high sort of like feelings of anticipations, anxiousness in you and all that, okay, the more you shouldn't be rushing yourself, okay? Try to stay calm, okay? Reflect on things and take things easier. That's why it's like normally when by 9 o'clock, okay, my Facebook cannot go live, I'll be screaming and yelling. And most of the time, Nicole, my daughter here, she will get it truly from me, okay? Except for tonight, I know it's full moon, the energy is intense, okay? She was like, oh mom, shit, okay? Right, the computer hang, how? Never mind lah, start again lah, and try again. All right, slowly, don't rush, because you know that during this particular moment itself, right, okay, there's seriously no point for us to rush, okay? Everything is meant to be, okay? Whatever that happens, it needs to happen. And there's, of course, meanings to it. So the more we rush to things, the chances is we might have a chance to make some decisions, okay, which might not be beneficial for us in the long run. Now, the second thing is, it says, okay, don't overreact to little stuff. It means emotions, okay? Pay attention to our emotions. Now, the chances is during a full moon, whenever a full moon is nearing, right, the chances our emotions are also in a way easier triggered, okay? I'm not sure, okay? Those of you here, okay, right, this whole week has been able to sleep. That's good, Poching, all right? If you can sleep, okay, it will be good. Now, pay attention to those sleep, right? For those of you, if you feel that this week itself, you started to actually react emotionally to a lot of like even little things, okay? You get easily triggered, okay? You get in a way affected, okay? Even by reading some news or whatever, you feel that you are easily affected emotionally, okay? Now, try to not, it's fine for you to be affected, now don't get me wrong, okay? Affected emotionally is fine because it just means that you're human, okay? You have emotions, you feel for people, okay? Right, but the thing is, whatever that is affecting you, how are you going to react over it, okay? When you see a certain news, when you see a certain people's behavior that triggers you, that affects you, probably not in a very good way, how are you going to react about it? Now, that's the part that we have to pay attention to. So always remember, for this week itself, try not to overreact, okay, to little stuff, especially emotionally, because over time itself, right, okay, means like, no, all these things itself, it can suddenly becomes like, we becomes more emotional, and these things comes out, and when we allow ourselves to react to it verbally or even physically, the chances is we might hurt someone, okay, through our words or through the things that we do or through our own behaviors. So therefore, these are the things that we again need to remind ourselves. Now, the third thing is, now don't make any rash decisions, okay? It's like the first thing is that you're rushing, okay, to start something. But this one is, in a way, deciding without properly thinking about it. Now, I know a lot of people, sometimes they have this mentality, it's like, okay, just take action first. Act now, think about it later, okay? Say yes first, figure it out later. But during a full moon, try to refrain from that, okay? Unless you are very, very sure of exactly what decisions that you're making and you have really think through of all the pros and cons, all the consequences, all right? If not, try not to make any rash decisions, okay, during or nearing a full moon phases, okay? Because this is the best time for full moon is for us to just stay calm, stay still, to reflect, to think, to have a deeper answer to ourselves, okay? So whenever we do all these like rash decisions, when we allow external factors to impact us emotionally, it means that we are not truly, in a way, are in alignment with the full moon energy. And of course, one more thing is, if you can, all right, don't drink, okay, or take any caffeine, alcohol, or even like, you know, tobaccos, like smoke cigarettes and all that, okay, especially towards the later part of the day, all right, because any of this substance itself will easily impact or affect our quality of sleep. All right, so we want to actually maintain that quality of sleep, because this is the best timing for us to actually, in a way, communicate with our subconscious mind. So whenever we have all this substance of like overdose of alcohol and all that, it will actually impact us in terms of our quality of sleep. So we might not be able to get into that, you know, that rapid eye movement of that dream state, okay? And then when our subconscious is trying to actually express themselves, right, we might actually forbid it from actually expressing during these moments, okay? So those of you, I mean, if you can, try to avoid, okay, or minimize, okay? So at least during this particular few days itself. Now, I know a lot of people, okay, they enjoy coffee, or they enjoy alcohol. Almost every night they need to have some. I mean, it's, in a way, of course, it's a personal preference, and also it's a personal choice, all right? So I would just say is that, okay, if it's possible, it will be good for us to try to minimize or to refrain this, so that we get ourselves prepared, okay? And those of you, I know many of you have signed up for this Sunday full moon meditation class with me, Gift for Self, okay? So if can, this Sunday itself, okay, try not to take any caffeine, okay, or any alcohol throughout the day itself before the night session, okay? So because on this Sunday night session itself, right, I'm going to bring you all, preferably going into a deeper sleep, okay, with all the sound instruments and all that, all right, towards the second part, and I'm not going to wake you up. So remember, those of you who have signed up for this Sunday, there are quite a number of you, all right, prepare this Sunday to attend the sessions in your room, on your bed. Get ready to sleep, so that during the sound sessions itself, okay, I will actually guide you into your sleep, and hopefully you have like a full sleep until the next day, all right, and then pay attention to your dreams, okay? So that is the intention for the Sunday itself, which I will guide you again on this coming Sunday, all right, for those of you who are signed up. All right, so basically that's the sharing, all right, for this particular week itself. And again, here I want to share with you, okay, for those of you who are not familiar, okay, all right, that this Saturday itself, okay, I do have a sessions of the importance of dream interpretations, okay. So I know many of you have signed up, okay. Now I have a calling, even though despite all the busy schedule and all that, I felt that since this is a timing with the most intense energy, right, with the full moon and all that, and also of course based on the monkey month, okay, and of course this Saturday is the 14th day of the 7th month. Now, those of you who are Chinese, right, okay, you'll be like, oh my God, this is like the Tat Yu Sap Say, okay? It's intentional to actually place, okay, this workshop on this particular Saturday, and also my meditation workshop on Sunday itself, because this is to prepare you and to guide you to pay, okay, in a way, the deepest attention into your subconscious. All right, so therefore this Saturday we have the importance of dream interpretation. All right, it is a dream analysis workshop. Now I'm not going to analyze each and every one of the dream, but I'm going to guide you, okay, so that you know how to actually do dreams interpretation, at least, okay, at a certain level for yourself. So I'm going to show you how to do it rather than doing it for you, because it's like so many of you, if I'm not mistaken, it's like up to now I think at least 800 have signed up. All right, so it's like I want to actually guide you how to do it for yourself, so that every time, okay, when you dream, you are aware of it, okay, of your dreams, okay, of the message that your subconscious is trying to actually bring to you. So it's happening this Saturday, 21st of August, 2 to 4 p.m. via Zoom. So this is an online via Zoom event, all right? So you can register, either scan on the QR code, or you can actually click on the link in the comment below, all right? So click and register yourself. Make sure you have a good connection to your Zoom, all right? And make sure you actually, in a way, come in as soon as possible, be as early as possible, because we have limited space. This is first come, first serve. So far, okay, we have already about 800 sign up. we only have a capacity of 1,000 in the Zoom room. All right, so it is automatic. Okay, if your internet is not stable, the chances is you get in. Once you are disconnected, you get out. If the room is full, you will not be able to get in anymore. All right, so yeah, that will be the sessions. And if you look at here, this is a dream catcher. Okay, so some of you probably might be very familiar with it. Okay, now I'm not very familiar. This Western is like Native American and all that, but I love dream catcher because my daughter loves them. So whenever I travel, I see beautiful ones, I will buy for her, and she will decorate her room with it. Okay, so the dream catcher here also in a way that it resembles a spider web. Okay, in fact, okay, if you make a research about it, the dream catcher in a way gets its name from the spiders. Okay, so it is the orb weaver spiders itself that actually makes the web. Okay, and this spiders has one significance. It means that every day the spiders will destroy by eating up its own web, okay, and reconstruct it in the evening for a new web to actually in a way to be like, you know, fully presented again. So like there are some folklore stories about this, okay, in some like Native Americans, okay. So they actually in a way created the dream catchers to like, you know, children's or babies crate and all that. They hang it there so that the dream catcher here can catch all the bad dreams, okay, and destroy it at the web area. And of course then flow down all the good dreams, okay, through the feathers. You know, feathers itself, okay, is also relating to something smooth, something swift, okay, something light. So the feathers here are supposed to in a way flow down the light energy, okay, where the heavy energy itself, okay, will be caught by the web and get destroyed, and the light energy will be flowed down by the feathers itself, okay, towards the babies or towards the children who are actually sleeping underneath it. So that's the meaning of the dream catcher. It's like quite fun to actually read about it, right? So you can actually search, okay, about it as well. And nowadays dream catchers comes in very, very beautiful, okay, colors as well. They have a lot of beads here. Some says that the beads can represent the spider or the people or the person who weave this particular dream catcher itself, or some actually says that the beads here can also represent, okay, the flow of the good dreams, okay, that doesn't really flow, means like, no, whatever that got stuck, okay, because not everything got flowed down, but some of it gets stuck and it actually appears as like, no, the beads. Imagine it's like there's some nectar and all that flowing down, okay, some of it flows down, some of it actually in a way got caught up, and it created that beads, okay. So overall, I love dream catchers as well, okay, but of course my daughter loves it even more, all right, and she has it in her room. And I mean, if you want to find out more, you can actually search about it. I just so happen that no, this thing is here, I just share something about it. All right, so of course, besides this is a free workshop, by the way, okay. So yeah, okay, this particular workshop, I have a calling that we are not charging for it. So if you feel that you are connected to it, you feel that you are interested to find out more about dreams and all that, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to give you 4D number. Don't ask me Chinese, I know. I used to grow up in a temple. People come to the temple and ask us, okay, I dream about a snake, okay? So it's like, oh, what number should I buy? 606. I know that, okay? I'm from a temple. But don't ask me that. This is another level of dream interpretations, okay? I'm not going to give you a 4D number, okay? All right, so then now, besides that, okay, this Sunday, I also have what we call a meditation special full moon. Means it's a sturgeon blue moon meditation workshop. All right, so again, this is a workshop that appears once in a blue moon. Therefore, you can see it's blue in color. All right, this is about to restore the, like, you know, in the power of the full moon itself is the experiential workshop. Means that the first part of the workshop, it will be a lot of sharings, informations, awareness, and the second part of the workshop itself, it will be some guided meditations and go into some sound healing or sound sessions, okay? So if you're interested, now this workshop is chargeable because the previous 3 workshops itself, I've given out for free, okay? So if you're interested, it is 80 ringgit. You can scan on the QR code or you can actually click on the comment below. So if those of you, many of you bought the package of 2 workshops together, means that on the 22nd August, we have a full moon workshop, and the 7th of September, we have a new moon workshop. So if you buy both together, you can get a discount of 120 ringgit for both workshops. All right, so that's all for tonight's session, okay, and sharing. Thank you so much to all of you, okay, that joined me tonight. I'm so sorry, okay, for that initial beginning of the sessions, that technical glitch a bit, okay. I was expecting another glitch, but somehow it never happened. You see lah, okay? So whatever it is, I leave it, okay, to Kuan Yin or to the universe, okay, or to the energy of the moon, okay? So I hope that all of you stay safe, okay, take care, and really looking forward to see most of you on this particular coming Saturday. All right, thank you so much, and bye-bye. Good night.